was the last time you changed your mind?
Most people think their worldview is the correct worldview. To some extent, you probably think so too. I know I do. But here's the question, why do we all think we're pretty much right? If reality seems objective, why do people see it so differently? The problem isn't just what we believe, it's how we think beliefs work. We imagine our beliefs as buildings stacked on a foundation of solid ground. Whether it's religion, science, philosophy, or personal values, we like to think there's some bedrock truth beneath it all, something immovable. But what if that's simply the wrong way to look at it?
Prenez deux cartes.
It looks for a fundamental starting point on which all knowledge could securely rest. Foundationalism is the pursuit of this unshakable ground, a stable base on which the entire structure of understanding can be built. Let's continue to take this foundation metaphor seriously though. On a human scale, the ground beneath us feels solid, but zoom out and we see that the Earth isn't on anything. It's floating in space, held together by gravity. Zoom out more and we see that the Earth orbits the Sun, which orbits within the galaxy, which is shaped by forces beyond even that. Each of these structures holds together not because it sits on a foundation, but because its parts interact in a self-reinforcing way. Beliefs work the same way. They don't rest on unshakable principles. They hold together in systems. Instead of a foundation, we should imagine our beliefs as planets, floating freely, held together by the gravity of their internal logic. Some planets are small and fragile, others are massive with their own moons and gravitational pull.
10 minutes of politics.
Let's take politics as an example. Someone starts off just trying to stay informed, following news sources that align with their worldview. Over time, their feed fills with more and more of the same, reinforcing their perspective while pushing opposing ideas further away. Soon their beliefs don't just feel correct, they feel obvious. Any contradiction?
Fake news.
Any outsider?
Brainwashed.
And once those beliefs become part of their identity, change feels impossible because it's no longer about what they believe, but who they are. And here's the thing, no belief exists in isolation. Planets of beliefs aren't fixed objects. They churn, shift, and sometimes even collide. When two incompatible ideas meet inside of a person's mind or in society as a whole, it can create instability, forcing some kind of resolution. Some people double down, reinforcing their defenses. Others adapt, modifying their worldview to account for new information. And sometimes an entire belief system just breaks apart, making way for a new one. If we can't build beliefs on unshakable foundations, and if coherence alone isn't enough, what do? The answer isn't to reject all belief systems, it's to make them flexible to new ideas. We should be constantly testing and refining our beliefs, willing to adjust them when faced with better evidence.
Closing thought, I discovered this idea through Sean Carroll's book, The Big Picture, and I thought it was just a really great metaphor, really great way to look at belief systems as a whole. And I felt like it sort of changed my own view on my own belief system and made it so I didn't have to search for, I guess, a foundation, but I accepted the fact that it's just a bunch, my system is made up of a bunch of smaller parts, which all sort of cohere to make a bigger, I guess, philosophy. And I felt like that really, I don't know, this way of visualizing it really helped me, so maybe